What a start. What a start to a Thursday stream. Good evening. I'm going to pour some wine in a moment. But first, I want to say hello to everybody. Let me turn everything. Hold on. Where's my mouse? There it is. All right. Let me turn off this thing real quick. Let's say hello. Boom. That's done. All right. Now, let me catch up. Now, electronic sausage is here. And first in the chat, let's give a big round of applause. And electronic sausage, I know you retracted the comment, but I did see that first comment and it intrigued me because I think you accused me of having horse nipples. And I guarantee you I do not have horse nipples. They're more like llama nipples, but not horse nipples. And social dogs, yes. If that's not the name of your punk band, then it should be. Roger Flake, hello. Hainer, what live rock show? Hainer, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but I'm talking about a live rock show I saw in Washington, D.C. last weekend on Sunday. It was the Hella Mega Tour, and I will tell you about it in a moment. Tim Nolan, moderator extraordinaire, is here. And Drewski has a bunch of potatoes. Look at that. I keep forgetting to put these comments up here. Cyclopsis, what's up? Nice to see you. I'm glad you finally caught a show. Yo, Abnorm, what's happening? Nice to see you. Let me see. Let me fix my speakers. Please do, honey, please do. Andrewski, cool shirt. I have a friend that just saw. Yep, I'm going to tell you about that, Andrewski. It was a good show. Hey, Hot Frog. Yeah, Theremin slide whistle. Well, that was this thing here, this little cord. It's a really beautiful little toy. A gift that Mark Mothersbaugh Devo gave me. Eric, what's up? Good to see you, man. Ken Van Tessel, what is up? Social fools. Yep, social dogs, social fools, all the same. There's electronic sausage with some kitty cats. That's nice. Rebecca Kane, what's up? Cool. Nick Tronic, what is happening? Nice to see you. And okay, so let me just start by saying I'm going to be telling a lot of stories this evening from my trip. So if you could do me a favor, if you have something to ask me in the chat, something like directed towards me, first of all, do that little @ symbol and then my name, Michael Pilmer, so it kind of pops up for me. But also, if I'm in the middle of telling a story and I'm looking at the camera, don't post something in the chat for me right then. Just wait till I finish the story and then I look back down at the chat. You can tell when I'm looking at the chat because I'll be looking down here. Okay, so I'm just trying to stay up on things tonight. I want to make sure I answer everything and address everything that is asked of me. And but I'm going to be telling stories, so I'm going to be looking at the camera a lot. Oh my goodness! All right, so let's put this back in here. Oh my goodness! Thanks everybody for showing up. This is my weekly live stream. I do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. unless something takes me away out of town or something. And this is what we do. And cheers to you all. I'm going to take a sip of this now. I got a lot to tell you. So overall, what I'm going to tell you about is my road trip to DC, which was kind of a business / pleasure trip. I did a lot of thrifting on the trip. I sell things on eBay, so I often go to thrift stores and flea markets to find things to resell. And what I kind of major in is music collectibles, CDs, tapes, records, that kind of thing. So I drove up to DC, and I also had a chance to see the, as was mentioned in the chat, the Hella Mega Tour, which was Fall Out Boy, Weezer, Green Day, and then another band opening the show early in the day. It was the Instigators, the Interrupters. And I hope I got that right. And anyway, so I drove up there to see all that, and I have some great stories. And that's what we're going to do. And I will start those stories real soon. I just want to, hey, Ryan Anderson, nice to see you. Yeah, I got some stories tonight. Tim Nolan, welcome, Ryan. Yep, he's good with the welcomings. Now, Electronic Social Dogs was my husband's first punk band. No way. That's great. I knew it was a band name. I was going to say, look, if you're actually going to name your band that, you might want to Google it because it's probably already used. So let's just start off, right? How many people we have in here? Well, we only have 12. Let's give it a few more minutes before I start the stories and the whole tale. But here, let me just show you this. Here's one of the tickets, right? One of the tickets for what I went to. And as you can see there, the price says 0. That's right. Because my good friend, my longtime friend, Thomas O'Keefe, who used to play bass guitar in the band Anti-Scene, who I love with all my heart. Anti-Scene taught me how to play guitar when I was a teenager. Joe Young, rest in peace. And they kind of took me on a little punk rock journey that I'd never been on before in my life. So Anti-Scene is very important to me. So this guy, Thomas O'Keefe, way back when, was a bass player for Anti-Scene. Now he's like tour manager extraordinaire. He tour manages all kinds of big rock bands. And he just happens to be the tour manager for Weezer, who was on this Hella Mega tour. So anyway, one day, a few months ago, he reached out to me and said, hey, if everything goes well and these shows go on, let me know if you want to go see any of them. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll go see concerts. I love concerts. I'll almost go see anybody if it's going to be a free ticket, right? I'll go see anything because I'm just interested in it, right? But I am a fan of Green Day. And I've liked their albums in the past. I like pop music and I like punk music. So I like pop punk. Nothing wrong with that. Now, Green Day is a band that I know probably 5 of their albums really well, starting with Dookie and kind of going through American Idiot, I guess. And I really enjoy their stuff. It's very melodic, sing-along, nice pop music. I love it. And so I was hyped to see Green Day, and I don't know much about Weezer and Fall Out Boy and the Interrupters. So I went just with an open mind saying, well, I'm going to see what happens. So, of course, Fall Out Boy had to cancel the few shows because of some COVID in their camp, in their crew or their band. So they missed maybe 3 shows. And I think now they're back on tour, but DC, they were not there. In any case, I'd heard of Weezer, of course, and I knew a couple of their songs, and I'd seen a couple of their videos over the years, but I really don't know anything about them. So it was great. Let me just start. I got a list here. All right. First of all, what I wanted to talk about was, hold on, I'm looking at the chat. Hold on. Okay. Okay, good. So everybody's talking amongst themselves. Oh, wait. JJ exposes his. I hit my thumb with a hammer. That doesn't sound very positive. Okay. JJ, what's happening? Okay, cool. So anyway, let me start out by saying I left here really early in the morning last Saturday. I left my house around 4 in the morning, and I was trying to get to Richmond, Virginia, which is about halfway between here and DC. I was trying to get there right around the time this flea market supposedly opened. I'd done some research online. I'd found a couple of flea markets on the way, and I figured, well, if I leave here early enough, I can get to those flea markets, do those flea markets, maybe a couple of thrift stores or something, and then head on to DC. I was getting there the night before the show. I was there 2 nights. So I had a whole day and night to screw around. So anyway, I go to Richmond, and my plan is to leave in the morning and maybe do a little live stream really early in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning, while it's dark and I'm driving, and I figured it would just pass the time. But what happened was it started raining, and it was raining in such an irritating way. It would like piss down rain really hard for 3 minutes or something, and then stop and just drizzle, and you'd have to like turn off and on the wipers because it wasn't raining quite hard enough to have the wipers on, and then it would just piss down again. So the whole time I'm driving, I don't have cruise control, so I'm really paying attention to my speed so I don't get pulled over, and I'm doing the wipers off and on and off and on and off and on, and it's kind of like white knuckle driving the whole way to Richmond. So I didn't stream because I had to pay attention. And then I get to Richmond, and it was a big bummer because the flea market I thought was going to be cool was lame. It was just dead. There was nothing there. It was ridiculous. And then I went to a second flea market in Richmond. That was not even existing anymore. It was gone. So I got frustrated and I said, hell with Richmond. I'm going straight to DC. So I went to DC. Now, when I got to DC, I did a few thrift stores, found some cool stuff. And then around, I don't know, 3 or 4, I got burned out. I was just burned out of driving and shopping all day. So went to the hotel. And let me tell you guys something about traveling to see a rock show, whether you're flying or driving or whatever. I got to say, I taught myself that getting a slightly more expensive hotel room that is very, very close to the venue is worlds better than getting anything that you have to take an Uber or public transportation or drive yourself or whatever. It's so great. And let me tell you why, because now the hotel that I got was a Hilton something, and it was literally a block. I want to say a city block, a long block away from the venue. It's like a 3-minute walk or something, a 4-minute walk. And between the venue and the hotel were restaurants and bars and stuff where you could stop off and get a drink or get food or whatever. And the beautiful thing is that, I had some Crown Royal in my room that I brought with me. And so I would walk out, maybe get a beer somewhere, get some food, and then I'd be able to go back to my room, maybe have a couple shots, use the bathroom, do whatever I needed to do, and then go back out to the venue. Like it's right across the street, basically. And it was just having that power to go back to my room whenever I needed to. I mean, once I got in the venue, you couldn't go out. But, all day I was kind of walking around the venue, kind of getting the lay of the land because I'd never been there. It's Nationals Park in D.C. It's like a baseball stadium or something. So I know I'm still telling the story. Hold on. I'll get to the chat in a second. So I'm in this hotel, and the first night that I'm there, I'm just kind of like walking around the venue. And the next morning, I got up and just walked around again and walked around the venue and I walked around the whole venue, which is a really large venue. So it took a while to walk around the whole thing. But when I got behind it, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. This is one of the biggest tours, if not the biggest tour I've ever seen in my life. It was a very big show. It had to be sold out. There were so many heads in that stadium. And around the back of the venue, when I was walking around, I saw all the tour buses and all the semi trucks that hauled all the stage gear and the lighting and the soundboard and all that stuff. And you wouldn't believe how many damn vehicles were back there. I asked my tour manager friend when I finally met him later that night, okay, tell me how many tour buses and semis are on this tour, because I think I saw dozens. And he was like, yeah, there's 24 tour buses and 24 semi trucks. I was like, what? And all the semi trucks looked the same. I remember they all had red cabs and white back ends to it. And it was just an amazing thing to see all these tour buses parked up and down the street. And they were all marked like GD number 1, GD number 2, Green Day number 2. I think Green Day had like 12 buses with band and crew, something like that. And I don't know, it was crazy to see all those vehicles. And so that's something I wanted to mention. And let me see, let me make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Hey, Elliot. What's up, Elliot? What's happening? Nice to see you. Abnorm says, I have a new noisemaker, no batteries required. Okay, great. I hope you're not gassy. I hope that's not what you're saying. Well, no, actually, I do hope that's what you're saying. Susanna, squirrels, they don't get pizzas, only nuts. I agree. Well, I don't know. I think some squirrels might eat pizza. Slambo, what's up? Slambo, I was reunited with a childhood toy yesterday that would work well as a noisemaker, but I don't have the right batteries tonight. No problem, Slambo. Don't worry about it. We'll do it again sometime. And, we're not even sworn to do it tonight. And if people request it or want to see it, we'll do it. Okay, so that's part of the story. So I go to this place, and when I get there, I'm kind of freaked out by DC people. The first day and a half I was there, I didn't see anybody I really wanted to talk to. I didn't see anybody that I thought I could relate to in any way. It was a weird group of people in DC. And I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but it was this weird breed of human and I was just not interested in talking to any of them. And then on the day of the show, I woke up in the morning, walked around, kind of just passed some time looking around DC, walking. And I started seeing people in the hotel, people on the streets, black rock and roll t-shirts, a little color in their hair, maybe some cool shoes, striped socks, whatever. I started seeing the rock and roll people come out, and there were so many Green Day t-shirts, and there was a few Weezer t-shirts, and maybe even fewer Fall Out Boy t-shirts, but a lot of people dressing for the occasion. I like that. I appreciate rock shows where people wear the shirt of the band they're going to see. I know that's a big no-no for some people. Like, never wear the band shirt to the band show. I always wear the band shirt to the band show if I can. So, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all the different tour shirts and all that different stuff. So, and one thing I noticed was that all the little kids, and I mean little kids, I mean like, below the age of teenager, and then, a lot of teenagers and some 20-somethings and some 30-somethings, this whole range of age group. And, the younger they were, the more kind of brightly colored punk they were, and they had all their brand new punk gear on, their bracelets, and it just looked, it was cute. It was great. I enjoy watching people dress up. What do they call it in the UK? Fancy dress. I enjoy watching people in fancy dress. So it was great to people watch. At some point, the day of the show, I was just surrounded by people that I thought I could at least talk music about. I was getting comments on the Devo shirt I had on that day, and every time I got a comment on the shirt, I would whip out a Devo sticker from my purse and give it to whoever made the comment. So I was making friends. And while I was walking around doing that, walking around the venue, seeing where people were lining up, seeing where I had to go get my tickets at will call and all that stuff, I saw this kid walking around with a sign, and he was young. He was a teenager, and he looked great. He had dark hair with some streaks of color in it, kind of dressed up, punky, black tight clothes with some jeans or chains or pins or something, spikes and stuff. He looked good, but he had this sign that said, "I play guitar," and it was painted. It was multicolored paint dripping down it. It said, "I play guitar," really nicely. And I thought, he was walking with a friend of his, and I thought to myself, oh, Green Day must be one of those bands that pulls a fan up on stage, gives him a guitar, and says, "Play with us," right? I've seen it happen on YouTube for other bands. And I'll take a break in just a second after I tell this one part of the story. So I see this kid walking around with this sign, "I play guitar," and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I guess they pull somebody up on stage at some point to play guitar. And I thought, cool. So that was interesting. And now, before I get on to getting into the venue, let me check the chat real quick here. And also let me take hey, Peter Graves is here, and he is in an airplane right now. Peter Graves, cheers to you. I hope you have a cocktail in your hand or something. No, not that in your hand, a drink. I hope you have a drink in your hand, my friend. Zepp Earl's here. Zepp, what's up? Nice to see you. Okay, so let me scroll here. What did I miss? Yeah, Vance is here. Yep. Abnorm, Slambo's car. Okay. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I missed. I've got a cheeky noisemaker. Yeah, bring it on, electronic. Bring that cheeky noisemaker right on up at the end of this stream. Hey, beat it, creep. What's up? Yeah, I got great stories to tell from this. And I got a great story to tell about this shirt, and it really made me happy. Okay, so I'll just keep telling the stories if that's okay with everybody. Everybody okay with me just continuing on here with the stories? Wait a second. You can get just as drunk on water as you can on land. I never heard that one, Suzanne. Fred Hollins, hello. Peter Graves has a drink. Okay, great. Well, I'll just keep telling the stories, okay? Because I got a lot to tell you from this this tour, this road trip. But I will get back to the chat in just a second. So I finally, I remember several times that afternoon. Doors opened at 4:30, by the way, and the show started at 6 p.m., I believe. And so even with Fall Out Boy not playing, there was only 3 bands: Interrupters, Weezer, Green Day. And so I had to keep going back to the venue to check because I don't think the guest list got up to the front of will call until like 4:15 or something like that. So from 2:30 or 3 to 4, I was walking to the box office, and then I maybe walked back to my hotel and have a drink, and then I'd walk to the box office, and then I'd maybe go over here to this bar and get a cheap beer, and then I'd walk to the box office. And finally, they had my passes. or my tickets rather. And then I had to go around to get a vaccination wristband or something. And so I did that, and I fell up into that venue. And I didn't even think to eat dinner, which was the one fatal flaw. I did not eat anything right before I went to the venue. And I thought that might be a huge problem. But anyway, I had some drinks in me. I was feeling good. I go through the front door, and anybody who knows me, who goes to concerts with me, knows that the first thing I do when I get into the venue is go to the merch booth and get a shirt. Usually it's the shirt of the band that I like the most, whoever's playing, and with tour dates on the back. I love the tour date shirts. This one has tour dates on the back. And I love the tour date shirts. That's just my thing. So I have to get a shirt right off the bat so I don't have to worry about it after the show. First thing I do. So I go, I remember when I was peeking into the window to try to get the lay of the land before the place opened, I saw a huge merch booth out in the, kind of getting towards the center area of the stadium where the seats started. It was just out in the open, and it was huge. I could see there was dozens of shirts for all the bands. And I was like, that's where I want to go, right? But now when I had to go in the venue, since I was on the guest list and I had this special wristband here that got me on the floor of the event. Here we go. Because I had floor seats, right? Anyway, Hella Mega Tour. So then I ended up entering in this whole different part of the venue, which kind of threw me off because I walk in and I'm like, oh, man, where's that damn merch booth? I don't know where it is. It could be on the other end of the building. So I walk around and I'm looking and I'm seeing some places to get food and drink. And then I see this little tiny merch booth. And it only has like 2 or 3 of the Green Day shirts, 2 or 3 of each other band shirt. It's like a mini version of the main booth. And I saw it and I was like, man, okay, shirts are, some are 40, some are 35, some are 60, 80. I'm like, okay, I want to go see all the designs. I don't want to choose from these 3. I want to go find the big booth that I was thinking of. So I walk all the way. It's a pretty good walk through crowds of people. I'm seeing a couple of merch booths, but then I see the big one. And I go up and I look and I'm like, oh, okay. They have the same shirt that the first booth had, which was this one, which is the one I kind of wanted. But man, it's $40 here. And I could have swore down by that smaller booth, it was 35. Could that be? Why would it be 40 at this one and 35 at the other one? I was like, well, it's worth me walking back to check it out. Save $5. I'm going to walk back. So I walked back, and sure enough, the shirt I wanted at the first mini booth was 35 rather than 40. So bam, I bought it. And they gave me this cool little tour bag with it, right? I don't know if you can't really see that, but it's like a unicorn, Pegasus, rock god thing, playing the guitar, breathing fire. Maybe he's farting fire. I think he might be farting fire and lightning. And it says Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Weezer. It says Hella Mega Tour up here somewhere. Where is it? There we go. Anyway, pretty cool little bag. So I get my stuff, and I have my purse with me. Some people call it a man purse, but a man bag or whatever, but it's just a purse. So I have my purse with me. I put the stuff in there, and I'm off and running. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to spend probably $10 on a beer in here, which I'm really not looking forward to. So I said, well, let me just look around and see what the bar options are. So I'm looking around. No, that's Eric, hold on. Eric, this shirt cost $35, but it was $40 at a booth down the way. And I made the right decision, saving that $5. So anyway, I'm trying to find an affordable beer, and I'm bracing myself for $10 beers. And as I'm looking around and I'm going up the levels of the stadium, I go into this kind of hallway area where there's a few vendors, and it kind of leads out to the seats that are, stadium seating. That it's kind of high up, leads out there. But then there's a sign that says VIP room, and I'm like, VIP room. I wonder if any of these things get me into the VIP room. So I go over to this door at the VIP room, which is basically like a conference room off to the side, and there's a girl sitting there with a list, and I was like, hi, I was on the guest list for Weezer, and I want to get into the VIP thing. And she, okay, what's your name? So I give her my ID, and she looks, and I don't think she saw my name on it, but I think maybe because I had 2 different color socks on, she let me in because she was looking at my socks. So she let me in and gave me this wristband that says the Dive Bar. I don't know if you can see that. Wait, the Dive Bar. Anyway, so I get this wristband and I go into this VIP area, and it was great. It was like, first of all, it was a bunch of free food. It was like stadium food, like chicken wings, hot dogs, chips and cheese, bags, potato chips. Not really anything healthy, but it was good to have a bunch of free food because, like I said, I forgot to eat dinner. So I'm like, okay, free food. Then I look at the bar and I'm wondering, is it an open bar? No, it wasn't a free bar, but the beers were really cheap. They were $6. Beers were $6 at the VIP room. So I got my wristband. I was able to go in and out of that VIP room all night, getting affordable beers and free food. It was great. There was a couple of video games, old vintage style video games set up in there. And they had the Hella Mega Tour graphics at the top of them, but they were old school video games, Mortal Kombat and that kind of shit. And they had stickers and graffiti all over them. Some of it was Green Day related. Some of it was Weezer related. Some of it was just dumb stuff like "you suck at this game" or whatever. But there were stickers and stuff all over. And the bar had Hella Mega Tour and light up letters above it. And the whole bar was stickered and graffitied up. And the table that the food was on was all stickered and graffitied up. And all the chairs and tables that were in this VIP lounge were all stickered and graffitied up. And I asked one of the waitresses, I was like, so this whole VIP room travels on tour, right? She was like, yeah, they pack all this stuff up, put it on the trucks, and take it to the next place. I thought that was really cool because it looked like, I don't know, it just looked like it wasn't very movable. But anyway, very cool to stumble into some free food and some cheap drinks. That kind of saved my ass that night. Otherwise, I would have went broke drinking and eating. So John F. Kennedy is here again. Let me just address this. My fellow Americans, us, USA, okay? My fellow Americans in us, USA, here's a little trivial knowledge for you out there. I was the first new traditionalist because I was the first president not to wear a hat. Okay, now, John F. Kennedy, I'm so proud of this bright young music band Devo who had their plastic hairstyle just like mine, pomp carrying it. Yeah, their hair, that plastic hair from Devo's 1981 New Traditionalist era was based on your hair, John. And now people thought it was Reagan just because it happened to come out. They happened to come out with that hairstyle when Reagan was going up for election, but it was actually styled after Kennedy. You're right, John. Nice to see you in here, Mr. Kennedy. So, anything else that I need to deal with here in the chat? Yes, continue the story. Okay, cool. So I have more. Wait, I haven't. Okay, now I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Okay. So let me carry on. So I saved a whole $5 on this great shirt. Let me just show you the back really quick. Okay. It's just got the tour dates and stuff. You know, it's got the tour dates and the Hella Mega thing. You know, I just love the tour date shirts. I'm such a geek. And I'm also such a geek for band shirts with the photo of the band on it. Now, some people have very strong opinions about photos of the band on a shirt. Now, some bands have a problem with that. In fact, I think most bands that I've talked with don't like photos of themselves on shirts. They feel weird about it or they just don't like it. And I love it. I love photos of the band on the shirt. So, you know, color me guilty for liking that stuff. Here, come here, Charlie. I know you want more of camera time there. Now, there's still more. Okay, so then what happens is I'm in the room with the video games and the bar and the table and stuff. And as soon as the girl tells me that this stuff travels on tour, then I got out my magic markers and my stickers. Started tagging everything up, I threw up stickers, places, these little stickers that I have that are called lost limbs stickers that I drew, little severed arms and stuff. And so I started putting those all over the machines and the bar, and it was great. I just tagged it all up. And oh, hey, my friend Alexander's here. Alexander, what's up? Nice to see you, man. All the way over there on the other side of the world. I know it's late over there for you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just telling stories about my road trip to the rock show this last weekend. I went to see the Hella Mega Tour. It was Green Day, Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and the Interrupters, I believe. Now, after I discovered the VIP area, I heard the first band starting, the Interrupters. And I had heard a little bit about them. They were kind of punk ska influenced. I think they have just recently done a Billie Eilish cover song, but I wouldn't have known it if I heard it. So I don't know. They probably played it. But when this band started playing, it was scorching hot outside and bright and sunny. It was, 90 something degrees or whatever it was. And it was brutal outside. And the seat that I was assigned, which is here, is on the field. It was on the ground. It wasn't really close to the stage. It was kind of off to the side, but it was on the ground on the field. And it was in the sun with no hope of shade whatsoever. And I was like, I'm not going out there to see that band in the sun. I just can't. It would cook me and make me tired and ruin me for the whole night. So I kind of watched the Interrupters from afar for most of the time. I think I walked up to the stage and kind of took a gander and then walked back. They were good. I liked them. A lot of energy. A female singer. She was great. And, a little ska here, a little punk there, mixed it up. So that was cool. And, the whole time they're playing, I'm out there with a cheap beer, drinking it. Then I go back to get another one and I come back. I go back, come back. And then Weezer starts playing. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen Weezer before. Let me go find my seat and take this in and see what I think about it. They had a huge stage setup. They had these huge lightning bolts hanging from the rigging and a huge stack of brightly colored amplifiers. They may have all been Marshall amps, just a huge stack. I don't know how many pawn shops and thrift stores they went to find these things, but huge. And they had the kick drum that usually has the band's logo on it. I think they had 7 or 8 kick drums across this big drum riser. And I think the drummer was using actually 2 of them as real kick drums, but it said Weezer, Weezer. So yeah, that tells you how many kick drums there were, the letters in Weezer. And so the singer comes out and he's the singer dresses weird. I don't know his name, but he dresses kind of like 80s retro geek dork, knee-high socks with stripes and a bandana or a headband and some 80s jersey shirt or something. I don't know, but he looked interesting. So yeah, I did like a lot of Weezer songs, and I recognized a couple, like Hash Pipe. I remember that being good. And so I was pretty intrigued by Weezer. I didn't stay out there for the whole time. I think I watched 3 or 4 songs. I went to the VIP lounge, maybe got something to eat, got a beer, came out, watched a little more, then went back. And but it was good. I enjoyed Weezer. Didn't get to see Fall Out Boy. I don't know how much I would have enjoyed them. I think they might be a little bit, a little bit more pop than punk. So maybe I wouldn't have liked them as much, but it was, hey, Lee Victor, what's up? Cheers to you. I'm telling stories from the show this weekend. I saved $5 on this shirt, Lee, because I shopped around to different merch booths. It was crazy. I couldn't believe there were different prices. Okay, so here we go. Let me make sure I got everything. Weezer and Interrupter sets. Okay. Now, when Green Day started playing, I had a few drinks. I was fully well fed, and I was in the mood to rock and roll. The sun was down. It was nice and dark and cool outside. And so I'm out there in my seat ready for when Green Day comes out. And it was fantastic. What a fantastic rock show. It was huge, over the top. I haven't been to a huge, really big over the top rock show like that in forever. I mean, it was fireworks and big bursts of fire and explosions and big video walls with effects running on the videos, live effects running on the videos. And the guys in Green Day were very active, jumping around, running, jumping. They were great. Now, Weezer didn't move around that much. They just kind of basically stood in front of their microphones for the most part and played, But Green Day had some energy, and their lighting and their smoke and all that stuff was just fantastic. I like a lot of songs they do, so I was highly entertained. And at some point in the Green Day set, they covered a Kiss song. They covered Rock and Roll All Night, Party Every Day, and it was great. I was like, wow, cool, Kiss. I'm a big Kiss fan, so I liked hearing Green Day do Kiss. And So during the Green Day show, my friend, actually during the Weezer show, my friend, the tour manager for Weezer, comes out and finds me. Because here's the thing with shows nowadays, most likely, there's not really anything that's going backstage anymore. And especially on this tour, because Fall Out Boy had to cancel out of the tour because somebody on their crew or band got COVID for a couple of weeks. So they had to like cancel their part of the tour for 2 or 3 nights. And so then every band and every crew started operating in its own bubble to protect itself. So the crews and the bands are not mingling. The crews and the bands do not let anybody else back to meet the bands or the crew. Everything's very isolated and shut off. So what typically would have been, backstage passes and after show for me and meeting everybody, there was none of that happening this time. So the tour manager that I know was great and nice enough. He's managing this huge damn tour for Weezer. He comes out to talk to me during Weezer's set at my seat because he knew what tickets he gave me, where I was sitting. And he came out and talked a little bit, and that was cool. And then he also came out and talked to me during Green Day's set. And that's when I said, hey, man, Green Day did a Kiss cover. And I'm wondering if you can give something to the tour manager of Green Day, who I also found out that I know. After I'd already gotten into the show with Tom, I found out that my friend Ted Emperellis is Green Day's tour manager. So I couldn't see Ted, unfortunately, because of all these new rules, pandemic, COVID rules. But I told my friend Tom, look, if you see my friend Ted Emperellis, who's the Green Day tour manager, please give him these. And I just happened to have these in my purse. I didn't bring them intentionally. I just happened to have them in there in case I met somebody who would appreciate them. But I had 3 of these in my purse. Okay. I had 3 of these Jesus Simmons cards, which I often draw for people who, tip me or whatever, send super chats on the channel. So I had 3 of these. And I said, please, at some point, give these to Ted Emperellis and have him give these to the guys in Green Day. And next couple of days, I did get a email from Ted Emperellis who said he did give these. He gave 1 of each of these to each original member of Green Day. So that's good to know. Green Day now has Jesus Simmons cards. So maybe they get punk points for that. Who knows? Yeah. So Eric says, everything you're describing sounds like nightmare fuel to me. Well, it's funny because I often like things that other people don't like. Basically any kind of live music show I'll go to. I've gone to see Barry Manilow, enjoyed the hell out of it. I've gone to see, Duran Duran, Motley Crue, when these bands weren't in their prime, right? But I got free tickets, so I would go. And each time I was totally not disappointed. One time I went to see Meatloaf. I was totally disappointed. That show sucked. I'll never go see Meatloaf again. But anyway, yeah, nightmare fuel. Nothing wrong with nightmare fuel. Nightmares are dreams too, Eric, and dreams do come true. Yes, that's wonderful. Okay, I don't know I forget what you're referring to, Lee, but I agree. It's wonderful. Now here's another thing that happened during the Green Day show. So there's obviously cameras all around, right? And there's cameras focusing on the crowd, and they're putting the images of the crowd up on the screen. And I guess there's a point in the set where Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day introduces a song. He said, "This is a song by Operation Ivy that we like to do." And he starts playing it. And then he says, okay, at this point in the song, he stops the song. He said, we'd like to invite somebody up who can play guitar. All you need to know is 3 chords. And he looks around the audience and all these signs go up. I can play guitar. I can play guitar. Me. Most of the signs are just kind of crappily, hastily drawn on white cardstock with a black marker, not very interesting. But remember that kid I saw earlier in the day? He had a sign that was well painted, purple and blue paint with "I play guitar" really bold painted over the top of it. And guess who Billy noticed in the crowd? He was like, "Hey, you, how old are you?" He was like, 16, you're 16, but you can play guitar. Really? You can play guitar? 3 chords. And the kid was like, yeah. He's like, come up here. And the kid just lost his mind. Oh my God. So everybody kind of crowd surfed him up to the stage, and he was looking good. This kid, he had, like I said, he had dark hair with little streaks of color in it, and he had this little rock and roll stuff on. So he looked great up there on stage. And so there's a guitar on a stand up there for the kid. And Billy says, and they're keeping their distance from each other because of the fucking disease. So Billy says, okay, grab the guitar, put it on. And the kid grabs it, make sure everything's working. And Billy says, okay, these 3 chords, dun, 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 dun. And he shows the kid, and the kid's like, okay. And then they start the song back up. And the kid starts playing, and he's playing great, and he's getting off, and he's walking around the stage, and he's looking out in the crowd, and you can tell his mind is just blown. He's like, I can't believe. I mean, there was a lot of people in that crowd, and I don't know how he kept it together, but he was playing, and they were rocking out. And then at the end of the song, they do a little ending, and everybody's cheering, and Billy goes, okay, now put the guitar back, and kid's like, okay, and he rushes over and puts the guitar back, and Billy says, now do a stage dive. And the kid's like, me? And he's like, yeah, just go and do a stage dive. So the kid turns around and runs and does this amazing stage dive. 16 years old, dives out into this crowd of thousands and thousands of people. It was amazing. I'm so glad the kid that I saw earlier that day got to play guitar on stage, because he looked the part and he did a really good sign. So let me catch up on the chat really quick, and let me catch up on this. Oh, shit, Samo's here. Sam, what is happening? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you here in a minute. Hey, Cardinal's here. What's up, Cardinal? Hey, Cardinal has a stream tonight, too. You might want to go check out later. He does some really geeky stuff over there, I'm telling you. Now, let me make sure there's... Oh, the whole story, them playing Kiss and having the Gene Simmons cards. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about now, Lee. I saw Manilow a few times when I lived in Vegas. He was great, Eric. I remember this was back in the 90s. It could have been the early 90s, mid 90s, something like that. Maybe even the late 80s. But I remember him cracking jokes between songs, dropping the F-bomb. He had this really thick accent, He was just funny as hell. And when we saw him, we heard rumors that women still threw underwear to him on stage. So we bought a bunch of kids' underoos. They had like army tanks and baseball printed on them and stuff. And we threw those kids' underoos on stage during the Manilow show. I don't even remember if he even noticed, or if the road crew just picked him up, or if they were just on the stage. And I don't remember what happened there. But anyway, hi, Cricket. I don't know if you guys can hear, but Cricket's calling for me in the other room. Okay, so another thing I want to tell you is the day of the show, I got up really early in the morning, and I went to this flea market that was open on Sunday mornings in DC, and it was pretty good. And as I'm walking around this flea market, I kind of see a sign pointing off the beaten path that says books, and has an arrow pointing down the side street. I'm like, bookstores usually have records, so I'm going to go check it out. So I walk down half a block, and I see a bookstore, but I see a guy set up on the outside of the bookstore, and he's got a few bins of records, and I see one little case of cassette tapes opened up, a carrying case, a suitcase thing of cassette tapes. And I was like, oh, got to go check that out. So I run down there, and I'm looking through the tapes. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm seeing a couple things. And the guy starts talking to me, and he's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, I had a Dickies shirt on that morning. And did you hear that? Cricket just knocked something off the sink because I'm not coming in there. Cricket, shush. Okay, so where was I? Oh, Cricket, come on now. Damn it. Hold on. So this guy is selling records and tapes on the street in front of the bookstore. We start talking about the Dickies. He's like, do you know a lot about DC punk? And I'm like, well, I know the standards, I know Bad Brains, Minor Threat. He was like, Government Issue? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I love Government Issue. He was like, I was in Government Issue. I was a bass player. My name is Mitch. So I met the guy in Government Issue, right? And we're talking about just whatever, DC and the old punk rock bands. And I guess he was a friend of Henry Rollins when Henry was a teenager. And he was talking about how Henry was in DC before Black Flag. Having this great conversation with this guy. And then I finally looked down at the tapes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get this Kicks tape from you. I think he was selling them for $1 each. He was like, oh, you can just have it. So he gave me this cool Kicks tape. It's their album Hotwire, which I didn't have on cassette. And I'm really happy to have it. I love this record. So anyway, the guy from Government Issue, bass player in Mitch, you can look him up on Discogs. He's there. I think he was on the Boycott Stab EP and some others. Totally cool guy. Gave me his phone number. Said next time I'm in DC, look him up, and we're gonna hang out. But yeah, it was so cool to meet Government Issue bass player who gave me a Kicks tape on the day of the Green Day show. Isn't that great? Damn it, that's great. And one more thing, as I'm walking out of the venue, some nice young ladies had these things, and they were like, "Green Day, thanks you for coming to the show," and they give you this little Green Day coffee. I guess Green Day has their own coffee shop or something, Oakland Coffee or something. And So there's this little Green Day Oakland coffee advert. And then they gave you this little thing here that's like buy coffee, get free stuff or something, Green Day. And then they also gave you a little a guitar pick of the coffee, Green Day coffee brand there. So that was a nice little gift from those ladies. So that's the concert story. And as much drinking as I did the day of the concert, I wasn't hungover a bit in the morning. It was great. It just worked out perfectly. Rusty Michael's here. Larry Fine, hold on. Rusty Michael's here. What's up, Rusty? Nice to see you. Now, Larry Fine, greetings and salutations, Michael. Please Google Devo Next Future Legends and scroll down in the video section for That's Good Devo, posted by Electronic. Woo! It's a lot to remember, but I will try to remember that, Larry Fine. Larry Fine. Okay. Now, so you guys are catching up with each other in the chat. That's great. Okay, so JJ says, when I was young, I always thought you had to cheer your ass off to get the band to do an encore. And then I worked at Alpine Valley Music Theater in East Troy, and I found out they were all playing. Well, let me tell you a funny encore story. It's actually not as funny as it is just amazing. So I can't remember the exact year. Somebody out there could probably tell me. But it had to be around the, the early 2000s, before 2010, I think. Maybe right around 2010, something like that. Devo was doing a tour, and they were playing this little club in Southern California. And I think it may have been a 2-night thing where both nights were sold out. I think Tony Hawk was there. It's a very small little place, though, but very popular. And Devo did their set, and then they did their planned encore. And then they went off stage, and they got, undressed from their sweaty stage clothes. Pardon me. And they got in their street clothes and they were hanging out, and the crowd kept cheering. Devo, for like 15, 20 minutes. The crowd was cheering. They would not let up. And we were like, guys, if you could go out there and do one or two more songs, man, it would be nice, because these people are not going anywhere. So Devo went out on stage in their street clothes and did one or two more songs. I've never seen that happen before, and it was very cool that they did that. So there's my story. One of my friends, cover band, opened for Third Eye Blind, which is the biggest thing they had gotten to do. So we got granny panties and wrote all over them, threw them at them. That's great. I can't believe me and Lee Victor have both thrown underwear at bands in our time. How many people here can say that they've thrown underwear at a band at a live show? Not many. I bet you just me and Lee. I bet you. Okay, so, okay, right. So, yeah, Peter Graves did send the I Am Thor DVD to somebody else. Did you ever hear back from him, Peter, and what he thought of it? I wonder. Hey, Bagman. Hey, you know what, Bagman? I just told a bunch of stories about the rock and roll show I saw in D.C. last weekend, and there were some good ones in there, so maybe tomorrow or later tonight, you can rewind and check them out, because I don't want to tell them again, but they were pretty interesting. Ask Lee Victor; she got a good thrill out of them. Yeah. Dan Ductor, I just noticed you're here. Is that Dan Ductor? Yeah, Dan Ductor. What's up? Hello, Michael and Tim. Just logged off my work computer, and now it's time for my weekly dose of great stories, etc. from Pilmer. Oh yeah, one. So I hope you heard the tour stories I just told, Dan. If not, just rewind. And watch them. It probably took me 45 minutes to tell the first part of my stories for the evening. Now, what else I have for you is I want to show you some stuff that I found while I was thrifting during this little trip. And, to make this trip work for me financially, because the hotel was not cheap, I made it a business trip so that, basically every moment I wasn't at that show, I was working. I was thrifting. I was flea marketing. I was mapping out the next day's thrift and flea marketing plan. I was working a lot. And so business trip it was. And so I have some things I want to show you. Now, first of all, I think I want to start off with a few pinback buttons I found at the flea market. And all these here are going up for sale on eBay because I just think somebody's going to want them. And they're not very expensive items, but worth me selling if I can make a few bucks on them. Here's vintage Mork from Ork and Mork and Mindy sitcom pins. I used to love this show, man. Even before I learned what a cool weirdo this guy was. What a weirdo party animal that guy was. So anyway, this show is great. Mork and Mindy. And then I got another 80s button here. I Heart Pac-Man. Pac-Man stuff always sells. Maybe not for a lot, but somebody's going to want that. And then I found these two older pins. This one's kind of cool. It's the Gene Autry fan club. Can you see that? I'm trying to make it focus here. Gene Autry fan club. It's pretty cool. And then along the same lines is this musician, Dale Evans. Anybody familiar with her? I had to ask the guy selling the pins who she was. I don't know if you can see her name there. Dale Evans. Come on, focus, camera. Damn it. Anyway, Dale Evans. And so there's a few buttons I got. And now I will show you. Let's see. Let me show you the records. And then I got other stuff. Okay, so the records. All right, now first off, let's see. First off, I want to show you this. Now, I got lots more records than this, but these are just the ones that are a little more interesting. The other ones are just basic eBay stuff I'm going to sell. But look at this. This is cool. This is our UK pressing Mercury Records Rockabilly compilation. Mercury Rockabillies. And I don't know much about Rockabilly, but I know that a lot of people buy it on eBay. So this is pretty cool. UK pressing. I think I paid 50 cents for it. Oh, 25 cents. It says 25 cents on it. So yeah. Mercury Rockabilly is in great shape. And now here we go. I have a collection of this band, but typically the things I collect by this band have picture covers. So I'm not going to collect this, but I'm going to sell it. It's Menudo. That's right. I got a Menudo collection because I don't know. I'll tell you the story about why I have a Menudo collection, but this is a white label promo of their single Hold Me. And you know what? This will sell. You might not believe it, but Menudo sells, especially a promo like this. Now, when I was in college at some point, I think I happened upon a big stack of really nice condition Menudo records somewhere for really cheap. Maybe they were a quarter or a dime each or whatever they were, but I bought them all. So I have like a collection of 6 or 7, I guess, cool Menudo albums. And then I just started collecting them because I had those and I was like, wouldn't it be funny to collect Menudo? So I started collecting them. But I'm going to sell that one. Now this one, I don't know what it is, but it intrigued the hell out of me, and I'm going to check it out. I've purchased stuff like this before, where it's just really kind of do-it-yourself, low-budget record releases. This is Lorraine and the Sonotones, Making Memories, and see how she's kind of fondling that keyboard there. Now you notice the name of the record label is Sonotone, right? Like the Sonotones band name. So I'm thinking this is a private pressing. I'm thinking that's their own label. But there we go, Making Memories. And I'm guessing it's all original numbers. Maybe it's covers. I don't know, but you got people dancing. I'm just really intrigued because I've taken chances on weird stuff like this before. And usually it's really interesting to listen to because maybe the singer isn't that great, or maybe the recording is really low budget, but that's what I really like about them. So hopefully that'll be interesting. Now this one I got because, first of all, because of the fashion sense. Look at this, Gloria Lynn. She's like a soul funk artist. Look at that 70s garb there. Happy and in love. Look at those, man. Those bell bottoms are amazing. And then here you have another version of this 70s chic look here. And then check this out. Oh, yeah, gatefold. Now, there you have her and her musical partner there, I guess. I don't know who he is, but I haven't read the liner notes yet. And then there's another great look. Let me see if I can get this picture here on. Hold on. That one there. Look at her hair. It's all to one side, all kicked up to one side. Asymmetrical. Love it. Anyway. Cool looking record. I don't know what it sounds like, but I bought it for the looks. All right, moving right along. Oh, wait, let me take a break here and catch up in the chat. Let me catch up in the chat. Roy Rogers, happy trails. Yeah. Pilmer, I will buy the Mork and Mindy from you. Oh, okay, great, JJ. That's great. Okay, cool. Hey, JJ, just email me. If you don't know how to get my email, you can go to my YouTube page and on the about page there's a thing that says for business inquiries only, and then my email will pop up. So just go ahead and email me. And I swear that light was making me feel hot. I had to turn it down. So just go ahead and email me, and we'll work it out. That's cool. That's awesome, JJ. I'm glad they found a home. I didn't want to leave them there. They're not worth a whole lot of money, but I just thought they're so cool. And they still have the original price tags on the back of them from where somebody bought them, the drugstore. It's called Drug Fair. Somebody bought Mork and Mindy buttons at a drug fair. I didn't know drug fairs were legal. I thought Woodstock was a drug fair. But yeah, look at these cool. I love how buttons get all rusty and weird like that. The vintage buttons get all, corroded and stuff. I love that. Good sign of vintage there. Now, I have another pile of stuff to show you from thrifting, but let me scroll up here and see what I missed. Rusty, I'm glad you're here. I'm just running my mouth, Rusty. Oh, you know what? I am slacking in the drinking venue here. So let me get up on that. I need to pour another glass. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of that show that I just saw, Green Day, I did post a few videos of the show on my YouTube channel, the Kiss cover, and then I think maybe 3 other songs. So go check them out. The stage show is amazing. It really was amazing. Now, I don't know. I forget what you're referring to, Eric, but I just like this comment a lot, and I want to ponder it for a minute. Not underwear, but Kraft American cheese slices. That sounds good. That sounds deep. That should be lyrics. Michael, please watch the video and let me know if the performance is wireless. Oh, my goodness. Larry, you got to send me that link or something. I don't know if I'll remember to research that, dude. You know what I mean? Am I missing stuff? Whoa. What time is the drawing for the door prizes? You mean devotional? You're talking about devotional, right, Sam? It's usually late. It's near the end of the night so that, people have time to buy the tickets. So you're going to be there all night, though. Don't you worry. Now, Lee Victor, I love drugs at the fair. That's where you'll find the Mork and Mindy pins. That's why. Cyclopsis. Michael Pilmer, ever heard of Green Day's synth punk side project, The Network? Their first record is super good. Now, see, I've heard of that. For years, there was a rumor that members of Devo were involved in that. And of course, they never were. And I don't even know if it's true that Green Day was involved in it. I don't know. I don't know if that was all rumors. Maybe you know more than me. You probably do. But I think that I'd like to hear that. But I've never have. But I've heard about it for many years. And again, there was a rumor that Devo was involved, but they never were. Oh, now Sam's just messing with me. Sam, he's just messing. He's just messing with me. Okay, JJ, great. Thanks, man. Okay, so Bagman says, so a few months ago, I saw a classical album that had the printed logo of a skull and bones with a heart making up part of the skull, and I haven't been able to find it. Do any of you know it? A classical album, a skull and bones with a heart. No, I've never seen that. I'd buy it just for the cover, though. It really looks like to me. I would probably buy that for the cover. Larry, can you have Jerry Casale and Bob and Mark Mothersbaugh on your next live video? No, Larry, but I did have them on a video stream that we did last November. It was called the Devotional 20th Anniversary Tribute. And it was November, I want to say it was around the 15th or something, 2020. So just go look that up in my channel. All you have to do is type in the word tribute or devotional 20th or something like that. It'll come up. So many special guests. We had Mark Mothersbaugh, Jerry Casale, Bob Mothersbaugh, David Kendrick, Fred Armisen, DJ Lance Rock, Josh Tu, just to name a few. So it was really fun. A little stressful, but really fun. 4.5 hour stream. So go check it out. It was chocked full of content. You had a bunch of them when you worked at Teen Beat? Oh, man, Rusty had the coolest job. She worked at Teen Beat. Sam would like to win one big burrito. Well, Sam, all you got to do is come with me to the burrito store, Baja Burrito in Raleigh, the best burritos in the world, and I'm not even kidding, and I'll buy you a burrito because you deserve it. Hey, Sophia's here. She's back from her run. She ran 2 miles tonight, everybody. This is what we should all be doing, really. We should all be running 2 miles because we need it more than she does. But that's fantastic, Sophia. Thank you for showing up here. Oh, yeah, everybody's saying hello to Sophia. And Peter Graves has a very cool way of spelling welcome. That's the new way the kids are doing it, in case you didn't know. Now, let me pour some of this because I'm slacking off here. Oh, my God. Here we go. Boop. All right. Hey, thank you again, everybody, for showing up. I just had a lot of stories to tell you. I still have a few thrift things to show you, so just hang tight. But I hope I got the rock show stories down pat for you, and it seems to me that everything on my list has been talked about as far as the show. Yeah. It was a really great experience. I'm glad I did it. It was a little weird going to a show completely all alone, which I don't usually do, but you know what? It was cool. I really enjoyed it. And I got to say, Green Day really kicked ass. It was great. Jumping around and fire and explosions. Never seen them before. And I would consider seeing Weezer again, possibly, if it was free. But those shows, man, they're typically so expensive to get any seat that's worth anything, and I just can't. You know, Kiss is playing Raleigh August 28th. And, oh, man, I'm so tempted to go because I absolutely love Kiss. But here's the dilemma. And let me know if you can understand my pain. My dilemma is with Kiss is that I saw them in 1978 when I was 9 or 10. It was either 77 or 78. I was 9 or 10. All original members, obviously. Then I saw them in 1996. All original members. Incredible show. Blew my mind. Of course, way better than when I saw them when I was 9 because I actually was old enough to remember things and wasn't able to take pictures because there was no cell phones or anything back then. But what a show it was in 1996. And so I've only really seen Kiss with original members. Now, there was one date on the Animalize tour when I was in college. I think it was Animalize or one of those non-makeup years that I walked into the end of a Kiss show on a college campus that I was going to here at NC State. I heard Kiss music. I snuck into this little door at the side of the venue and saw, I think, the last 2 songs or something. But anyway, that doesn't count. What I'm trying to say is I've seen Kiss 2 times, full shows, original members, blew my mind both times, and I'm really hesitant to spend real money on seeing, kind of Kiss, because I'm not really into seeing Kiss without the original members. It does something to my brain. And it's like $100 at least for tickets, and they're really not that great seats. So it's like, God almighty, man, what do I do? How am I going to sit at home while Kiss is playing in Raleigh? I don't know how that's going to affect my psyche. I think, I was considering spending just $40 on lawn seats, but what is that going to get me? I'm going to see like little ants on the stage and I'm going to have to watch a video. It's going to be like watching YouTube, but paying $40 to do it. So it's like, oh man, I just don't know what to do. It's at least my life's problems are that small, right? I can't decide whether I want to spend $100 or more to see Kiss. So what a first world problem I have here. Is it worth it? I don't know. It's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it because that's a lot of damn money. And then you're just kind of stuck in those horrible seats, crammed in there with everybody else. And you're paying so much for beer and food and, oh God, but it is in Raleigh, which makes it great. There's no hotel involved at least. Hey, Lumpy Pixels. There will be a Kiss group on. All right. I got a drink to that. That was good. I'll leave that up there for a minute. Cheers to the Kiss Groupon. Might totally take advantage of the Kiss Groupon. Although every time I tried to use Groupon in the past, it was bullshit. I couldn't use it because you had to spend a certain amount of money to use it. And I was like, I'm just one guy. I'm not going to spend that much money eating. Michael Pilmer. Tim, do you go to Kiss conventions? No, never have been. Not that kind of Kiss fan. Save your money. Well, I know, but damn, if Kiss is playing in town and I'm here, it might drive me crazy. Even though it's not all the original members, to know that Gene and Paul are singing some of my favorite songs ever within a few miles of my house might drive me fucking crazy. I just don't know. All proceeds from current KISS shows go to their AARP. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't spend the money to go see KISS because I'm getting to the AARP age, and I don't have the money KISS has to retire on. So I got to be more careful, right? Damn it, KISS. Can't you just give back to me a little bit? Now, see, if I could meet Gene or Paul, I'm sure I could talk him into it. I'm sure I could hand him a Diva Energy Dome or a bunch of I Threw Up stickers, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, we love these. Come on in. I'm sure they would, but it's just getting to the point, just getting to the point of doing it, Usually I make friends with rock stars really, really easily, and, I do a little something for them. They do a little something for me. That's how it works. I like the barter system in rock and roll. Sounds like it for a t-shirt. Yeah, I agree, Rusty. Rusty used to have some connections to KISS. Now, Rusty has some good KISS stories from back in the day, like KISS meets the Phantom era KISS stories, right, Rusty? Hell yeah. Lumpy Pixels, I like your name, by the way. I'm not sure if your pixels are actually lumpy. You might want to get that checked, but I like your name. Okay, now let me get into the last little stack of thrift store finds. Now, again, this isn't everything that I bought. I bought a lot of stuff that's just, like boring classical records or boring classic rock stuff that's really not worth much, but worth enough for me to resell. Nothing interesting over there. I got about maybe that many records, a stack of that many records, probably about a stack of that many CDs, a few cassettes, a few 8-tracks, a few pinback buttons. But here's the last few things that I got, okay? First of all, I got, and if my friend Tuco was here, he'd really appreciate this. Hey, wait a second. Ryan, let me just tell you something, boy. Thank you for being here again. And look, dude, when I was watching Green Day, go look at those videos. I know you're not a Green Day fan, but I think Billy Joe stole your look, dude. He's got the hair. He's got the yoga pants. Dude, he's got it all. I think you should sue him for stealing your look. Go look at those videos. I thought I was looking at Ryan Kidd on stage with Green Day. I swear to God, dude. But yeah, you need to Eric Raw Bauer. That's great. What a great nickname. Ryan Kidd. A man with style and finesse, Ryan Kidd. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Ryan. But yeah, go look at those goddamn Green Day videos, and you will see yourself up there rocking. You'll see yourself rocking. But Ryan, you got to at least appreciate that stage show they put on, man. It was like fucking nuts with the lights and shit. And I don't see shows like that very often. So, oh yeah, and Ryan Kidd, just remember, the price on this ticket, $0. Okay, that's how you see a Green Day concert. So yeah, Ryan, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to see you guys this weekend when you do your Dr. October stream. All right. Dr. October and Ryan have a stream. I think it's Saturday. If I'm not mistaken. Dr. October, DROKTOBER. Check out that channel. He's a good friend of me and Ryan Kidd. So now this is something I wanted to show because I thought Tuco would enjoy it. I love Ema Sumac, and I have a small Ema Sumac collection. Every time I find something of hers in great shape, I'll buy it. It tends to resell, but this one I didn't have on CD, so I got it. Really great shape. It's got the original, the plastic, yellow plastic tray card, or the whatever you call that thing. But yeah, if you haven't heard Ema Sumac, she's interesting, and she is from back in the day. And she put out one album. It wasn't this one, but she did put out an album where she covered rock songs. But if you've ever heard her style of singing and performance, it's really weird to perform rock songs in this style. So anyway, the Rock Songs album is very hard to find, but this is some of her basic stuff, but it's still very cool. Rusty, okay, I'm drinking. Geez, I got to keep up with Rusty and Tim. It's really difficult. So anyway, Ema Sumac, great CD. Next up, Dream Warriors, hip hop. This is great. I'm going to say 90s. Yeah, definitely. Or no, late 80s even. Type is too small for me to read. But I remember this. They had a song called Wash Your Face in My Sink. And I loved it. It was a great video. I did not have this on CD. I had it on vinyl and cassette, I believe, but I just found it on CD. It's a great album. If you're a fan of hip hop, like in the vein of like Tribe Called Quest and kind of that era, De La Soul, that kind of stuff, check this out. Dream Warriors, really innovative, jazzy hip hop. Really cool though. I would recommend it for sure if you are into hip hop. Now let me get to this. Oh, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, bring beer. Okay, so tomorrow, not Saturday. Tomorrow. Okay, so usually on Saturday. All right, so tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, which I think is 7 p.m. my time, if I'm not mistaken. I will try to do that, Ryan. Thank you for the reminder, and thank you for stopping by, kid. Be somebody. You know what I mean? And that's Ryan's line. I'm not biting his rhyme. Ryan's line is be somebody. Okay. Now, Peter Graves says, I saw Kiss at a vendor show and I was very satisfied. It was a show. I saw Ace at a strip club. Oh, on the other side of the river in St. Louis. It too was great. Fire in his guitar and everything. Yeah, I would love to see Ace solo. I don't know what a vendor show is though. I'm not quite sure what that is. So anyway, more CDs to show you. Let me take another drink because my friends are hassling me. All right. Now, the next CD I would like to show you. Oh, we got a thumbs down. All right. All right. So the next CD I'd like to show you is interesting. All right. So look at this. Bar Noise. Okay. Bar Noise. I was like, what the heck is this? I thought maybe is this like some kind of DIY underground punk stuff? Well, what it is Japanese noisecore, I think. I think it's just really brutal Japanese punk noise, which it's really not often that I find cool stuff like this at thrift stores, but I haven't listened to it. I looked it up on Discogs briefly just to find out that it was Japanese noise. And if anybody's familiar with this, let me know because this looks really interesting to me. I can't wait to hear it. So Bar Noise. Now the last CD I have, and this is funny. I picked this up, right? I picked this up, Geezer Lake. It's a band from Greensboro, North Carolina. Me and a band that I was in back in the day in the 90s, late 80s, we played shows with them. They were friends of ours. I'm still in touch with some of these guys. And so I never had this specific release, right? So I thought, man, CDs are at this store are a quarter. I got to get it. And I got it. And then I open it up, right? And then there's this little thing in here. And basically what this thing is, with this little girl on it, the Xerox thing is a thanks list. And for some reason, when I pulled it out, this thanks list, anyway, my name is on it somewhere. I can't see it right now, but somewhere on this, it says Michael Pilmer. So I'm sitting in the thrift store, and this guy, this older gentleman, just happens to be looking over my shoulder. And right when I'm looking at the CD, he leans on my shoulder. He's like, oh, did you find any good stuff there? And I said, yeah, I found a CD there on it. My name's in it. I guess I have to buy it. So that was pretty cool. And then just coincidentally, when I got home from my trip from buying this CD, one of the guys in this band contacted me for the first time in a long time. And now we're back in touch. But what a weird thing to have happen, right? I find this CD, it's got me on the thanks list, and then the guy from the band, Eric Shepard, contacts me soon after. There's the guys in the band. They were really quite popular back in the day around these parts. They put out a few albums. They probably should have gotten bigger than they did. They were a really great band. I was on Detox Records. So anyway, good to find that. Now, I did find a couple of 8-tracks, okay? So I go in this thrift store, and all the 8-tracks were a quarter each. Oh, wait a second. JJ says, I saw Kiss with Motley Crue. Wow, I'd love to see that. Yeah, see, I could see that. Now, Eric says, I would only see Kiss if they played the entire self-titled album minus Kissin' Time. I like Kissin' Time. It's a cool little pop song. You know what? I would like it. I really want to see Gene Simmons perform When You Wish Upon a Star live. That was my favorite. Somehow that's my favorite song on that Gene Simmons album, just because when I was a kid, it blew my mind that he had the balls to do something like that. Like the Demon, Gene Simmons Kiss, does a kid's song, a Disney song. I would only see Kiss if they only played early Devo songs. That would be cool. Devo Army. All right, so I found a couple of 8-tracks. This one shop had a bunch of 8-tracks piled up, a quarter each. And usually when you find 8-tracks, they're country music or like Ray Conniff or easy listening or some crap, right? Check this out. I found 2 of these for a quarter each. And some of you will know what this is. The Well-Tempered Synthesizer by Walter Carlos, who became Wendy Carlos later in life. But 2 of them in fantastic condition. And this record always sells. I can always sell this on vinyl. But I think somebody, although these aren't, big money makers, somebody's going to want these. And I'm going to get more than a quarter for them. But isn't it weird? 2 of them in perfect condition at the same shop. Quarter each. Now, the last 2 things I have to show you from my thrifting journey. And then I'm going to start getting back into the chat here. Okay, so the last 2 things I found. Now, these things were kind of a last-minute discovery. I was in the first thrift store that I went to upon arriving in DC, and I was kind of pissed that my whole Richmond morning trip was a bust and the flea markets were a waste of time. And so I was really like in this thrift store trying to really find something. I really wanted to have some kind of treasure up here. And I go to the records and they're like $3 each, $2.99 each, and the CDs are $2.99 each. And I'm like, God, man, I'm not going to find anything in here that's worth buying and reselling for $3 each. I flipped through a few things. And I'm like, oh, it's all garbage. So I'm getting ready to leave. And then as I'm walking out of the store, I see these on a shelf and they were $5 each. Okay. Check this out. These are cool. And I'm struggling with the idea of reselling them, but look at this. Look at these cassette holders, Napa Valley wooden cassette holders. Look at that. These are hard to find in this great of condition. Where's the little stamp? Okay, so you see the little Napa Valley stamp there on the end there. But these are great. These could sell for $50 each on eBay or some cassette collector's Facebook site or something. But these are great. I mean, it's really hard to find them in such perfect shape. Like there's nothing wrong with them. Really great. Oh, hey, what's up, Dead Wax? Buddy, I'm glad to see you, man. It seems like I haven't seen you in forever. How are you, Randy? Nice to see you, man. I've been in. Look, man. Those records you helped me buy at Sorry State, I've really been enjoying them, dude. I got to tell you, I think about you when I hear them. I think about you when I hear my Stools record and my what's the other one? Caveman record. Thank you. Beautiful stuff. Now Rusty's talking about Kiss. Oh yes, I do. Back in the day when they were at the height of their career. Yeah, that's when she was hanging out with Kiss. I just snagged a Napa Valley 45 bin. Oh, Eric, that's cool. You know what I wish Napa Valley made, or I wish somebody made, was a little bin for 10-inch records. I have never found the perfect box for my 10-inch records. Right now I have them kind of crammed into a cardboard box, but they don't all fit. So I've got some of them sitting out of the cardboard box. I just need to find, I probably have that many 10-inch records. Like not many, maybe that many, but I need a little wooden 10-inch holder box, really. And I just don't think they ever made them. Yeah, Dead Wax. No, really, I appreciate it, man. I found some fucking excellent stuff that I keep listening to over and over again. So thanks a lot. Abnorm says, I should sell my Napa Valley cases. I've got 300s. Yeah, no, they're worth good money. $50 or more, typically, if they're in good shape, plus shipping. Because they're very, they don't make them anymore, obviously. And so cassette collectors, if you've got this many or less cassettes and you want to put them somewhere, this is a good place to put them. Now, there is some debate over whether it's better to store your cassettes like this or like this, but these were obviously built to be stored like this because of the holes you have drilled here to hang them. But I think some people think that to make the tape last longer, you store them like this, but I've always stored them like this. I don't know. But yeah, great finds. You should totally sell them, Abnorm. Yeah, JJ, Randy's here. Randy! Now, Dead Wax. I found a sweet, true tweed 10-inch record carrier. Whoa, okay, wow. I've never seen a 10-inch record anything carrier. I've never seen a carrier or a storage box or a crate or anything. I have been looking. I actually have a 10-inch record cover in my car, just a garbage cover that I keep in my car at all times, just in case I find a box somewhere. I can go to the car and get the 10-inch cover and make sure it fits. It's like I've got a tape measure in my car in case I'm so eager to find a 10-inch record box because I don't like the way I'm storing them over the years, So awesome with Carlos. Wait a second. What are we talking about, Peter? I lost track. Hey, man, I'm glad to see all you here. Thank you so much. Now, I've gone through all my thrift finds. I've gone through the concert stories. I've gone through 2 glasses of wine. Gone through 2 glasses of wine. Woo! Had to make that second glass go away quick because I realized I was saying that I've gone through 2 glasses of wine when really that second glass was in my hand. So now I've gone through 2 glasses of wine. Yeah, Dead Wax. Dude, Dead Wax. Speaking of that, your streams. I was so pissed at myself when I realized that you had done a stream while I was out of town because when you were streaming just happened to be a point in my day or my evening when I was not doing anything. But I was traveling, so I wasn't really paying attention to my phone. I was just kind of walking around the city or whatever. But if I would have known you were streaming, dude, I would have come in there. So I'm wondering, wine burp. I'm wondering, Dead Wax, if you can email me, maybe give me a heads up if you're planning on doing a stream. Even just a little bit of heads up would help because I'd love to pop in there, man, for sure. Dead Wax has a great channel, you guys. I know he's not really concerned with subscribers or anything, I don't think, but you might want to go check him out. He's a good guy. I like me some Dead Wax. Now, guzzling wine is a great time. I do what I can. I really haven't had anything to drink since Sunday night, so I'm ready. Now, hold on a second. Let me change something up over here. This light is starting to irritate my eyes. Let me change it to that color. Now, there we go. There we go. That's better on my eyes. Always dig Randy's streams. Yeah, I know. I do. I've never actually caught one. I always catch them after. I never know when I'm going to do them. Well, look, Randy, if you just have like an hour notice, give me an hour notice, half an hour notice, just anything. I'll give you my phone number. You can text me. I just really want to see one someday. Now, what you can do, Dead Wax, I don't know. Do you use StreamYard to stream, Dead Wax? Because if you use StreamYard, you can set up the event like an hour before you go on. And then it's like it ticks down. Tick, 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 and then people have kind of that much time to get the notice. I don't know what I'm saying. I just guzzled a whole glass of wine. I have no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, I would love to see your streams. Hey, Ken, 40 days to Devo, New York City. I'm so psyched. I've got my flights worked out. Now, this is the thing with live shows. Like I said before, I think going backstage to meet the band might be a thing of the past at this point. At this point. Wait, Ted Wax says, nope, can't do it. Okay, I'll try to pay attention, Randy. But I do want to see one of your live streams, brother. But yeah, so going backstage might be a thing of the past. I've got a lot of people asking me these days, hey, can I get backstage at Devo? Can you get me to meet the band? Well, typically, yeah, I could. But man, what I saw happening at the Green Day tour, the Hella Mega tour, as far as people, getting backstage passes, there's no such thing as that anymore. I think people are going to probably be that way for a while. So it's going to be a different rock show experience, but hey, Shane, what's up? Hope your week's been great. Yeah, it has, Shane. And you know what? The fact that you're here with us now makes my week even better. So thank you for being here, Shane. Rusty says, wowee. Yeah, I think that's, there's too much risk involved now. I mean, imagine if somebody on the tour crew or somebody in the band gets sick all along the way in the tour. It's going to destroy everything. So I'm assuming the bands and the crew are going to have to be very careful and kind of in their own little bubble. on the tour. Now, it may not be that bad, but I'm just telling you what I saw at this Green Day concert, which was a huge production. Like I said earlier, 24 tour buses, 24 semi trucks full of equipment. That was the Hella Mega tour. So yeah, welcome, Shane. And thank you for saying hi to my longtime friend, Tim, who is also a moderator here. Now, Shane, Devo is touring next month. They have exactly 4 shows this year. They have Chicago. I believe that is on September 18th or 19th. Can't remember which one. Then they have New York City, which I believe is on the 21st, Radio City Music Hall. Then they have 25th in Los Angeles and the 26th in Las Vegas. And that's the only 4 shows this year. Now, they already have 2 shows booked next year for May at the Cruel World Festival out in California. I think might be Pasadena, California. I can't remember. Somewhere in California. Yeah, rock on for sure, Shane. So, hey, I hear Cricket. Cricket, what's happening? You scratching back there? Cricket is sharpening her nails right now, everybody. Hi, honey. You want to come up here? Cricket, come here. Cricket's down here making some trouble. Come here. She's rubbing on cords and electrical wires down here. So if something stops working, it's Cricket's fault. Cricket, I'm rubbing your butt. I'm rubbing your tail. I'm pulling your tail. I'm pulling Cricket's tail. Come on, Cricket. Oh, she loves it too much. Does anybody else's cat like their tail being pulled? Because my cats do. Oh, Rusty Michael says, hey to Dead Wax. Dead Wax, you're talking to rock royalty here when you're talking to Rusty. You know that, right? Rock royalty. And if I could ever get you two and me in a room together to tell rock stories, your mind would be blown, dude. Your mind would go, hey, there's Cricket. Speaking of minds blown, hi, baby. Come here. No, don't go to the wine. Come here. Come here, Cricket. Here's my elbow. Oh, she's going over to the camera and she's going to mess the camera up again. Quit rubbing on the computer, Cricket. That is not cool. Oh, my goodness. She's fucking up my computer. Hold on. Come here, honey. I know, but you can't rub on the computer while I'm trying to use it. Okay? Come here. She knows the camera's right there. She doesn't want to look at it. It's okay, honey. You can look at the camera. I love my daughters. But they don't like the camera sometimes. You guys ever just smell a cat? Oh, I love you, honey. Look at how precious she is. Okay, good girl. I love smelling cats. Cats smell great. Do you guys know that? Cats smell great. Smell a cat next time you get a chance. I know Dead Wax smells cats.
According to Pause Chicago, their sense of smell is 14 times better than that of humans.
Did you guys hear that? Wait, just tell me if you guys heard that. Dead Wax, what are you talking about, Dickies? Oh, wait, you picked up a few Dickies records. Oh, a few Dickies live albums. Wait a second. What do you mean a few Dickies live? Tell me which albums you got by title, my friend. I'm a collector. I need to know. I need to know what you got, Dead Wax. So you got to tell me, Dead Wax, are you were you not hip to the Dickies or something? Did I hip you to the Dickies? Like, did you just never own any Dickies? Because Dickies, man, have been a part of my life since the 80s, and I can't imagine not hearing the Dickies once every few weeks. Now, Lee Victor says cats smell way better than kids. Oh, come on. There's no comparison. I mean, human flesh usually stinks, right? Especially kids, because they're just covered in urine and boogers and stuff. Yeah, cats, not kids. You know where I stand on that one. Yeah, nice, Randy. Which ones? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I want to know what Dickies Randy got. Oh, wait, I just realized that I'm way behind in the chat. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I'm behind a little bit here. Okay, wait. Rusty has a question. Shane, do you like the way your dog smells? What does that have to do with anything we're talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, City Gardens, 82. Yeah, I got that record fairly recently, over the last year or so. And you got a few studio albums. Okay. Now, Dead Wax, did you get all these Dickies records at the same time recently? Or are you saying that recently you got a few live albums and you also had some studio stuff? Whatever the case, I want to know what these few live albums are, because I have City Gardens 82, got that fairly recently. And now Tim here, you can tell Tim's a sick MF. Babies smell great. Are you? And dogs don't smell good either. Fight me. Except for Brad's dog. Brad's dog, Hurley, my old neighbor Brad had a dog named Hurley. He always smelled like a cat. Shane, what are you sorry about? Oh, no, you had a few studio. Okay, Dead Wax, right. So you just got some live ones recently. What are the titles of the other live ones you got, Randy? I'm really interested in that. Now, Lee Victor, can I just tell you I love you a little bit more every time you post something? Because look at this. Tim Nolan, if somebody sticks a baby in my face, I will scream. Lee, please, if you could do me one favor, make sure that I'm with you next time somebody sticks a baby in your face, because I would love to see you scream. I would love to see you let out a blood-curdling scream when a baby is presented to you. I think I would laugh. I would probably laugh myself into tears. I would induce tears, and I may die. I may die laughing. Now, Monsieur Hair Music is here. Cats know how to take care of themselves, unlike certain other animals, humans. Huh. Now, my dogs and cats smell great. You are wrong. Tim's wrong. Okay. Tim, prove it. 1970. Yeah. A Night That Will Live in Infamy. Got that one. Yep. Live When You Were 5. Okay. Now all those came out around the same time. Okay. I got you. Right. All right. Good. Now, Dead Wax, Martin Jones, you ever seen his channel? He does a lot of punk rock records and stuff. He's got this one Dickies bootleg from, I don't know, Belgium or somewhere overseas that I don't have, that I covet. And that's the only that's the only Dickies live record that I know of that I don't have, I think. But yeah, I've got the ones you mentioned, and they're all colored vinyl and stuff. Yeah, they're cool. And they have really cool photos of the band on the cover that were taken by Stan Lee's brother, if I remember correctly. Stan Lee is the guitar player, and his brother Ron was an avid photographer back in those days. So he took a lot of pictures of the Dickies early on. Okay, so can the cheese the baby trend come back? Was that when they were putting cheese on babies? Throwing cheese sauces at babies. I could do that. Oh yeah. He doesn't live too far from me. I'll steal it for you. Dead Wags. Actually, you know what? Martin is such a cool guy. At some point he said that something, and then he would give me the record. Like something had to happen. He had to find something, and then he would trade me the record to give it to me or something. But he knows I want it. He knows that I covered it. And true, Monsieur, yeah, Hair Music. Yeah, true that. Speaking of records, I recently got a couple more Tubes vinyls. Oh, now, Monsieur, be careful with saying the word vinyls. People will judge you for that. The plural of vinyl is vinyl. But Tubes, great, man. Tubes are great. And Love Bomb, that is one Tubes record I've always wanted on vinyl. I've always had it on CD for many years. I believe I have it on cassette. I got it on CD when it first came out because I was a big Tubes fan. Not a lot of people love that record, but I love that record, Love Bomb. And I'm going to look for that on vinyl now. Would a good Chian... Now, Sam's talking way over my head. He's speaking like a foreign language there. I don't even know what he's talking about. Oh, wait, he had a contest? I didn't even know he had a contest. God damn, Dead Wax. Martin Jones had a contest, and I've been falling off. I've been traveling too much and working too much lately. I've fallen off the YouTube wagon. Wow, what did you win, Dead Wax? I'm interested. Trans by Neil Young as well. That's another great one to have on vinyl. That's like Neil Young's Devo album. Monsieur Hair. Lee Victor, someone sticks a baby in your face? Oh, no, thank you. I am not hungry. Let me tell you something. Okay. Lee, you're gonna appreciate this. I'll keep that up there right now. Now, I was on tour with Thor in 2005, I believe it was. And we were going through Florida, of all places. And we were going to, I believe it's called Greenville, Florida. I believe that's the town, Greenville. A very small town in Florida. And long story short, I met this girl there who I later started dating. And her name was Claco Picaco. She was this really cool, gothy punk chick who had an obsession with Thor. So she showed up at this Thor show all by herself. And I basically befriended her and said, what are you doing here alone? She said, well, I'm a big fan of Thor because of his Rock and Roll Nightmare movie. And I really just kind of want to jump on his back and ride him like a monkey. And I was like, I can make that happen. So I went and told Thor, hey, there's a 20-year-old girl out here that would really like to jump on your back and ride you like a monkey. And he was like, okay. So I got him to come out there. This is before the doors were really open. Nobody was in the club. And then she rode him around like a monkey, and it was great. So we were talking after the show, me and this Claco Picaco person. And I think we were hanging out at the pool of my very cheap hotel. It must have been like a Red Roof Inn or a Motel 6 or something. So we were sitting by this crappy pool that was, probably closed and full of bacteria and moss and frogs. And I asked her, just to get a feel for where she was coming from, I asked her, so what do you think about kids? And she was like, oh, children? She was like, oh, when I think of children, I think of, I'm going to beat them and eat them. So anyway, that is why your comment about not being hungry appeals to me. Children? Oh, beat them and eat them. Oops, says Monsieur. Okay, so I think, yeah, there's child omelets at some restaurant near the devotional. Oh, now I have a sealed copy of Love Bomb for you. What? Are you kidding me, Dead Wax? Now, look, that album is like, I would argue, probably the most hated Tubes album by most people. But I really dig it. It's like got some weird pop, disco, synth pop. It's just a weird record, man. It's like barely a rock record, but I really dig it. Oh my God, Dead Wax. I'll trade you something for that for sure. That's fucking awesome. Rusty, oh Michael, that second glass of wine just choked you up. Peter Graves says, go for the treats. What does that mean? Whoopsie. Hey, sorry, Charlie. Ha! Sorry, Charlie. Who knows what that is from? You have to be old to know what commercial that's from. It's a promo copy. Oh my goodness. That is fucking fantastic, Randy. And it's probably a fairly worthless record, but I love that album. When I heard it when I was a kid, I dug it for some reason. Is there any rock genre you don't like, says Chucky? Well, Chucky, for a long time, I told people that I don't really get into a lot of rockabilly, but I've heard some really early rockabilly and some stuff recently. I guess it's considered early rock and roll by channels like Madam Sin, some Dead Wax stuff, some stuff Dead Wax has introduced me to. So rockabilly, I think I do like some of now, but I don't like a lot of country music. I like bluegrass, but it usually has to be really early bluegrass, like kind of like when I listen to blues, I like to listen to really early blues, like Robert Johnson, where the method of recording was hanging a microphone down in the middle of the room and then situating the musicians in a way to where the loudest things would be up under the microphone and the softest things would be away from the microphone, like really crude recording like that. So Robert Johnson sitting in his rickety wooden chair, playing the guitar, singing some blues, and you can hear the chair creaking and stuff. That's the kind of blues I like. That's the kind of bluegrass I like. But I'm not really big into country, and I don't really like house music. Now, I like a lot of techno and drum and bass and electronic dance music, but house, for some reason, I don't know why I don't like it that much. So anyway, but Peter Graves likes boogers. Peter Graves likes boogers. Now, wait, I think the treat is the worm at the bottom of the wine glass. Yeah, it's boogers. There's boogers down. Did somebody see some boogers? Hold on. Is there boogers in there? This is the blood of Jesus, for crying out loud. There's no boogers in that. Jiminy crickets, you guys are blasphemous. Quit being blasphemous in my stream. Jiminy crickets. Doobie Brothers is a good listen. Now, look, you know what? I don't own any Doobie Brothers, but I'm not going to say I don't like some Doobie Brothers songs. Nothing's coming to mind. I'm not that kind of a Doobie Brothers fan, or I'm not knowledgeable, but I'm not going to write off the Doobie Brothers. I might probably like a few songs. Now, Lee Victor says, I can dig some Zydeco, slide guitar, bluesy country, love Sonny the Long. Yeah, okay, so maybe I just don't know enough about those genres to like them. Because the rockabilly I'm familiar with is like, the bullshit Elvis stuff, or the oh baby hubba hubba. I don't know. If the rockabilly is kind of gritty and a little alcohol or drug infused or something, then maybe I would like it. But just your standard rockabilly, I don't know. What's mezcal? Wait, I've heard of mezcal before, Lee Victor, and I'm not sure what that is. Welcome, Fish. Wait, Blackwater? Wait, no, I missed Fish's content. I missed Fish's, I think I missed a Fish comment here, and I'm trying to find it, but I think I lost it. Damn. Okay, so sometimes I lose track of the chat, and it typically has to do with how much wine I'm drinking. Now, this is a question for you guys right now. We're going to skip the whole positive thing today, okay? We usually do this thing where I ask people to post a positive thing that happened to them since last week, but you know what? We got through it today without doing that. So let's just ask everybody. Typically, I end these things around 9. It doesn't mean I have to, but typically I do. So assuming that we might end around 9, does anybody want to spend the last 10 minutes or so making electronic noise with me on screen? If you do, I can post a link. But if not, that's cool too. We don't have to do the noise tonight. I only do it when people request it, really. But here's what I'm going to do. Join me on screen. Now, if anybody wants to make electronic noise for the last few minutes, you can click that link that I just put in the chat, and we can do it. But here's what we'll do. Oh, Jeff Young. I don't know what mezcal is, Jeff Young, but you missed the tour stories. You're going to have to rewind. You got to hear my stories about the Hella Mega Tour, this band. I know. It's pop punk, right? Whatever. Get over it. But it was great stories from this show, and I had a great time. So, Jeff Young, please rewind this at some point and look at my pop punk stories. Okay, Monsieur is always down to make some noise. Non-electronic noise acceptable? Of course. We've had people doing bubble wrap popping and paper crinkling, and yeah, of course. Okay, Jeff Young, great. Excellent. Jeff Young. Yeah, because there's some great stories from my road trip rock show experience this week, especially since it's been a long fucking time since I've been at a huge rock and roll show production like that. Again, let me remind you, 24 tour buses, 24 semi-trucks on the Hella Mega Tour, which featured Green Day, Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and the Interrupters. I keep forgetting the fucking first band of the name. All right, so Psychobilly, Lee Victor, Psychobilly. Love Psychobilly. Now, let me tell you about Psychobilly. Somebody you'll have to Google, Lee Victor, please, if you remember this. There's a band called Psychobilly Cadillac. They were from Ohio. I'm going to say this was late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, something like that. They put out 2 or 3 7-inch singles. They played in Raleigh a couple times. They were fan-fucking-tastic, spazzy, probably on some kind of drugs. They had accordions on stage. When I saw them play, they smashed the accordion to bits during the set. I'm a huge fan of Psychobilly Cadillac, so look them up, Lee Victor, from Ohio. Okay, did you enjoy FOB and Weezer? Well, Chucky, the Fall Out Boy band was not able to play at the DC show, and they weren't able to play the 2 shows prior to that because somebody on their crew or in their band was diagnosed with COVID. So they had to wait, 2 weeks or something to get back into the tour. Now I think they're back on the tour, but I was not able to see them in DC. I did enjoy Weezer. I didn't know much about them. I knew a couple of their hit songs. I'd seen a couple of their videos, but they had a good show. They weren't as active and as rambunctious and as rock and roll as Green Day was, because Green Day's show just blew up. Weezer was great, though. I enjoyed their songs. I could see me singing along to some Weezer songs, Now, Peter Graves, I have a record that Michael does not. Love Bomb. I know, Love Bomb. I don't know why I love that record so much, but I really do. It's a very strange record. It's very pop, like very, very, very pop, but I like it. Okay. I was like, who the F is FOB? Yeah, Fallout Boy. Yeah, now I see you, Monsieur. I see you back there, Monsieur Hair. I see you. All right, so just chill out there. You're sideways. I like that. I like the sideways part. No, I like the sideways. Damn it. Okay, shit. Now he turned it around. Okay, so all right, so Trans on vinyl. Yeah, I think I have Trans on vinyl, if I remember correctly, without searching my Discogs right now. I'm pretty sure I have Trans on vinyl. I'm looking for Trans on CD. That's what I really want. Abnorm's here too to make some noise. So I guess we want the noise. All right, let's just take a little vote. If you would like us to end the stream in the next 15, 20 minutes, and within that time, at some point, start a barrage of electronic and otherwise noise. Now, it may not be very brutal. Maybe it'll be subtle noise. Maybe it'll be brutal. But if you would like us to do noise in any fashion, please type a 666 in the chat, and that will let me know that at least a handful of people or so would like to hear and see some noise making. Because I have two things here that I always, these are ubiquitous items of my live streams. Now, this thing here is the Fisher-Price. This is the circuit bent baby room monitor, which I got from some street punks 10 or 11 years ago while I was on tour with Devo. They were from Canada, Vancouver, and they made this cool thing out of stuff they found in the trash. All these little punk rock spikes that are glued to this are touch sensitive. So when I turn this thing on, it makes this wailing feedback electronic noise sound. And as you see here, they added a 1/4-inch plug out, which means I can plug this into a guitar amp. I can run this through a PA system if I wanted to. Okay. So this thing is always with me. Now, this thing here is something that Mark Mothersbaugh gave me. It's a Korg. It's a mini Monotron. And I love this thing, and I'll use it to make noise. Now, Horse Nips is here. Horse Nips is here, which is probably electronic sausage. And wait, why did Peter Graves apologize to Lee? What? Butt delete? What is going on in the side chat here? I have no idea. But I know that Fred Hollins is down with a 666 because there's only one person that wants to hear the noise. Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. Let's give this a few more seconds. Now, I see you guys backstage. Now, where did electronic sausage go? I want to see Horse Nips. Okay, we got two 666s. Okay, two people are interested in seeing the noise. If we can get at least 10 people interested in the noise, which is probably, half our audience? About half our audience, roughly. Get 10 people to put that in there. We'll start doing some noise. Now, you people in the backstage, I see you. Don't worry. It's all good. Let me just fuel the fire here and get some more numbers of the beast in the chat here so we can do some noise, because the number of the beast always leads to noise. At least in my world, it does. So we'll let the chat catch up here. Let me make sure I have a little bit of wine left. And wait a second. Peter Graves. Peter Graves. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I finally understand what happened now. Oh, electronic sausage. You don't have to make your camera work, honey. Listen, electronic sausage. Just get up on the screen and just turn your camera off, and it'll just be your icon, your what do you call that little thing? Your avatar, and that will just kind of pump as you make noise. It'll do a graphic thing, but you don't have to make your camera work, honey. You just turn the camera off and let your icon do the talking. You know what I mean? We don't need to see your beautiful face. We just need you making noise. Really, all we need is your audio. So try it again, electronic sausage. Do you mean to post the link again? Here we go. Here's the link again in the chat. Try it again, sausage, horse nips. Electronic sausage is the one this is the person that accused me of having horse nips early in the stream, and then they deleted their comment, but I saw it. So, and I have to wait. Your mic is blocked too. Oh my goodness, Miss Sausage. If you could please figure that out for next week, we would love to have you on here doing some things for us. But now we've only gotten 2 666s in the chat, and I don't know if that's enough for us to do the noise. What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to do the noise anyway, to tell you the truth. All right, so, okay, Monsieur Hair. There we go. There's 3. Okay, right. Now, Abnorm, if you put 1, that's 4. Okay. Oh, wait, did Abnorm already put a 666? Okay, if we get 10 in there, that makes us, okay, Electronic Sausage put 1, of course, even though they can't participate. Bless you, Electronic Sausage. There's 1, there's 4. Now, okay, so are viewers dropping like flies? Yes, they are. Okay, so that means we should just go ahead and screw everything and start doing some noise, right? All right, people, let me tell you something. Before we get into this noise thing, I just wanted to say thank you for showing up tonight on my weekly Thursday live stream. I do this most every Thursday at 7 p.m. unless some kind of rock and roll event takes me away. Now, Lee Victor says there's 5. You sure you don't want to join us for noise tonight, Lee Victor? Okay, so what I want to say was coming up in the next, and I want to say maybe it'll be this weekend. Maybe it'll be next week, but it'll be on an off day. It won't be on a Thursday, but I will sometime very soon be doing a live stream where the only thing I'm doing is preparing Devo's yellow suits, which is the gear they will wear on stage, on tour. I've got to prepare those things and package them for the band and send them to LA at some point. So I'm going to do a live stream where I'm just working on the damn yellow suits at some point. Maybe it'll be on a Monday, maybe it'll be on a Sunday or a Saturday. I don't know, but we're going to do that soon. I just have to work it out. All right. So now let me welcome my friends on the screen. Now this guy right here.
Hello, Michael.
He's always into doing some noise. Okay. And
I
then
love
the other guy here is always into doing some noise. There he is. All right. You guys, my trusty noisemakers. Now, Lee Victor, I know you've probably been partying and drinking at the bars, but if you want to come up here, we will give you a few minutes, a minute or so, or whatever. But if anybody else wants to jump in here and make this a 4 square, make this 4 humans on the screen making noise, feel free. And I'll give you just a few minutes to decide. Cheers, everybody. What are you drinking, everybody? Nothing?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, good. At least
My
got sunglasses on.
sound machine.
Okay, good. Good. That's good. Now, Abnorm, what's your excuse?
I already drank mine. I'm empty right now, so I didn't get up for a refill.
Don't let that happen at the Thursday night devotional party.
No, it's okay.
I'll drink out of the coveted Love Bomb vinyl.
Oh, you have it on vinyl too.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I said vinyl again. I'm a total poser. I'll say records.
No, you didn't say vinyls. You said vinyl.
I said vinyl.
Just don't say it.
Don't
say it plural. Now look. Now, why does everybody have the?
Poser. Thank God.
I just want to know why everybody has the Love Bomb album. Like I thought that was like a hated album. I thought nobody liked it.
I thought Outside Inside was the hated album because it's got She's a Beauty on it.
I love that. I saw that.
It's a great.
I saw that tour. I saw the Outside Inside tour when I was a kid. So that.
All right.
Awesome. But okay, so it's just going to be us. It's going to be a threesome tonight, guys. Do you mind?
That's okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Not
Good.
only have I got the trusty noise machine here, but I've also got my cheap Casio.
This is my first threesome with 2 guys. Just to let you know.
All right.
I'm up for it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a bowl.
Now
full
you've
of
got
marbles.
that again. Now you've got that. Okay, great. Now let me just remind everybody, here's what we've been trying to do lately on these streams. Now, people have a tendency, and myself included, when they start doing noise, is just to do it constantly, right? But I'm trying to get people to do noise, pull back, maybe let other people do noise and hear what they're doing, add some more in. You can do constantly sometimes, but I'm just saying every now and then pull back and hear what everybody else is doing. So that it's not just a constant wave of everybody pumping shit into their microphone. You know what I mean?
This might be really, really annoying too, because I did a quick video trial before, and it's not nasty.
I'm not worried by annoying, because usually annoying to me is pleasurable. So
Absolutely.
So I'll try to
I
be
agree.
careful with it.
as long as it's not constantly going, like it's good, because you let other things breathe and okay. So how do we? I never know how to start these things. So what do you think? Should we? Okay, we still got 20 or so people watching. How about Abnorm? Why don't you figure out a way to count this down and start us? Just your own creative mind there. Just come up with a way to start this.
Okay,
And
I guess I'll just fade in with something, and you guys can join in when you feel like it.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
I don't know.
Here we go.
I did it wrong. Hold on.
And here's the last sound right here. Here we go. Nice. I think that was a hit record. If anybody would like to release that on double gatefold cover album, vinyl, fucking whatever, be my guest.
Absolutely.
Hey, that was fun. I think I might have had a baby.
Yeah, another one.
I think that got me pregnant and I had a baby all at the same time.
Well,
You know what I mean? Did you guys enjoy that?
Very much
that's
so.
good.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to that because I think that was a rather good one.
Yeah, it had some nice melody in it rather than just pure.
It had a bunch of Satan in it too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, the guy in the dome was doing the Satan shit. So, thanks for making this Thursday so enjoyable for me, guys.
No problem.
You know, we always love to have you here. Now, Abnorm, let me just remind you for the devotional, you may want to bring some kind of little noisemaker with you just in case we decide to go nuts Thursday night.
I can do that. Not a
All
problem.
right, cool. Now, Monsieur, you're not planning to come to the devotional, are you?
No, that's too far for me.
Yeah, it's in the same. It's on the same continent. Get over it.
It is on the same continent. I will give you that, but not in the same state.
All right, one day you're going to come. Okay, one day you're going to join us.
One year I may come, but I think Tom's going. Tom Cheeky. I think my friend
course
Joanne's going. So I can go vicariously through them.
I met Tom Cheeky when he was just a wee lad at his first devotional. I think he was like 12 or 14 or something, and he was there with his dad. And then as soon as my girlfriend and I got a hold of him and talked to him about life and God and politics, he was a changed man after that. And he became a real weirdo, which I'm very proud of.
Oh, of course.
So let that be a lesson to you all. Coming to the devotional will ruin your children. Please bring them. We will handle the rest of it. And love you, Abnorm. We'll see you next week, hopefully, right?
Yeah, probably. Yep.
All right. See you, man.
Yep.
And Monsieur, your fucking headwear and glasses are great.
Thank you. I love these glasses. My sister got them for me.
Your sister's a great person. You owe her one. You owe her dinner or something. Now, next time we'll see you, hopefully, and thanks for the noise.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All right, brother. Later.
See ya.
Okay. Now, everybody else, thank you for being here. It's been another Thursday, and we ran everybody off with the noise, but that's okay. That's what we do. Rusty Michael, we love you too. Rusty Michael loves all of you. If you don't know who Rusty Michael is, you might want to Google the name Cherry Bomb. You might want to Google the name Pantera. Also put Thor in there for that Google. It'll bring up Rusty Michael. Rob Ginsburg, you missed it all, but you should go back, rewind, listen to my tour stories from the pop punk Green Day show, and listen to my thrift stories, and listen to the noise we just made, Rob. We had a good time. Rob, nice to see you here. Sorry we have to leave you right now, but I am about out of line. And when I finish this, it's over. So everybody, thank you again. All my buddies that showed up tonight, thank you so much. And all the new people as well. Cheers to you. We'll hope to see you next week. And here we go. May the rock and roll gods bless you as they've blessed me. And they really have. Cheers. And we'll see you next time. The blood of Jesus. Bye-bye.